Time now to hit the campaign trail. We've been joined by the presidential candidate of the Convention People's Party, Nana Akosua from Poma Sapon Kumankuma. Thank you so much for your time here on Newsdesk.
Wonderful to be here.
Great. Now, with the passing of Addo, you are now the only female presidential candidate in the upcoming polls. I know you were very close to her.
It's really sad. The last I heard her speak, she looked healthy, she was strong, she was making her point. I sympathized with her when she was talking, because sometimes there's this tendency to, I wouldn't say make fun of her, but not take her as serious as she is. Every time I've gone anywhere with her, I always leave the room respecting her the more, because she's able to make a point, and the point is clear, that she will tell you that as someone can. And that is the truth. A chunk part of the people do not understand some of the things that me and you are going to say here today. If it was being broadcasted to the whole country, you understand? You have your audience, no doubt, but most of the Ghanaian, so for somebody that really represented the marginalized, and not only that, one of the things that she's done for people like us is to give us a certain level of never giving up spirit, especially for women. Every woman listening to me, all the reasons why you can't do what you can't do, make it unreasonable. And all the excuses, make it inexcusable. No reason.
Your candidature presents a unique perspective to women participation in politics. For me as a young woman watching, I'm wondering, what policy are you introducing, should you be given the nod, that would favor women and give us the opportunity to take up political roles?
Wonderful. The three major policies for Ghana, even though we have two others for the diaspora, which is the boundaryless Ghana, but the one I'm going to focus on quickly is the three major policies for Ghana. Our policies are just like what Osajefo did. The reason why Osajefo's situation and the CPP has not been able to be duplicated is because it comes with a vision. A clear vision of what you want. And our clear vision is simple. We are looking for the welfare of the Ghanaian. We do not want to go to IMF. We don't want rhetorics. We want a situation where the Ghanaian will have ownership of the economy, would have ownership of the country. So our three flagship policy, which is the first one, is the agro show. The agro show for me is like somebody who is drowning and you just need to give the person a saving, something to take the person out, and you need to bring the person out before you even say, how do I even provide the CPR? You understand? You need to really take the person out of the water. Agro show is going to be the first thing that we do. That means that every farmer, and I want to say this clearly, every farmer listening to me today, whether it's you directly the farmer, your auntie the farmer, every farmer that plants in Ghana would not have to sell the produce unless he wants to sell. Government will buy every produce like the way we did with cocoa. And the simple reason is this: the farmer in my village, the next village and the 4 or 5 villages after, has no clue how many acreage of land that is being farmed for the okra that she's farming at that season, or pepper, anything. She has no clue. So when she farms, she is expected to now have a way of cutting the tomato, the onion, whatever in season, to her village and then to the market. That is too much to ask of a farmer these days. She does not have any influence in the road. She doesn't know anything about tracking and nothing about marketing. So we are saying simply, with technology, we will know how many farmers within that environment has farmed a particular crop. That is what technology is supposed to do. So with the agro show, every farmer's produce will be uploaded onto a platform so that we have a clear understanding of what we have. And we are going to buy everything. Once you produce, you farm, you are done. You only need to cultivate the farm and make sure that it's harvest time. When it's harvest time, you have your money. For that policy alone, it means that that woman's farm that must be uploaded, somebody must know that she has farmed. So we have what we call government direct. Government direct is a policy which is already in Ghana, but because we do not care about the people that we represent, we have put policies that have won an award, but it's sitting somewhere under table. It is the what we are going to use it so that everywhere you walk to vote, every center you vote will become your government center. If I'm expecting a farmer or anybody to vote, walk into a center and vote for me so that I become the president and my government becomes the government of Ghana, then that person, where she walks to vote, will become a government center. So that she can have access to government resources, so that she can be part of the democracy for which she is going to vote for me to have the power. Whether it's for the parliamentarian, the DC, no matter what, wherever she wants to vote. The assembly person, that should be the government office. Because the definition or the essence of democracy, which is government of the people, by the people, for the people, will become meaningful when they can now have an arrangement where they can govern themselves within that community, decentralized to the local level. The level that you asked her to vote for you should be her level of government. Because otherwise, if I tell her that I go sure, we are going to, anything you plant we buy, is she supposed to walk to the DCE's office or go look for the assemblyman or go look for the minister of agri or who, or come to me at the Flagstaff house before she gets to know that indeed her crop she has planted? No.
But to buy her produce, you would need money.
Precisely.
And government would need money.
Precisely.
But a future CPP government, are you saying you would boycott the IMF because that's where we get our money from?
We will not boycott the IMF. I can assure you we will not need the IMF.
How would you raise the money then?
Thank you. You remember I told you that CPP, we did 400 factories in 3 years. We did Akosombo, we did the motorway, we did even the ringway, everything. Okay? That is of meaning and making any impact in Ghana was done under an administration. And let's not take it for granted that Osajifo is gone, and so that means no. The blueprint is there. It is a spirit of dedication, selflessness, and that is what we have. So we are going to follow the path of the people. Listen, the reason why CPP did what it did is because we believe in the capability of the African and the Ghanaian. We believe that God created us in this universe and did not put us here by choice, by mistake, and that we are here for a purpose, and that we can and must feed ourselves. Here, the last of our vision of our policy is what we call the Ghana shares. The Ghana shares, as part of these three policies, crowns the whole situation and brings meaning to what is real. Let anybody who sits here today, any of the systems or any of the government coming around, 24-hour economy, give me the other one, digitization, hub of whatever. Let them give me the substance of how people are going to do it. Ghana shares simply states that after we have the government at your doorsteps, after we have the Addo, everything uploaded, so that the farmer now can really farm in dignity and farm, not lose 30% of post-harvest losses that we speak and we put on paper as though it's nothing. What is going to happen is you sitting here and every one of us here, every Ghanaian, 20 million Ghanaian, listening to my voice. Does not matter whether you are born blind, lame, tall, bright, not too bright, you would have access to 20,000 Ghana cedis. It is an allocation. It is not cash that will be given to you to mismanage. It is an allocation on your head. We are going to industrialize this country. And we are going to industrialize not by helping individuals who belong to us. We are going to industrialize by making sure that government is supporting the industrialization agenda. Just as we are a state-led economy, we believe in state-led economy. We believe that the state itself must be rich, but we also are a socialist system. So we believe that we must help the people to take ownership for themselves, for the country. Because today, If I say that there's going to be a factory for sugarcane, we would end up with what we have in the Commander factory, where after $34 million, 10 years between the two governments, not 1 teaspoon of sugar has been produced, simply because there's no ownership. The people there, now some foreign people have been given. Ghanaians, we put it in the wrong place, but because of the Agro Show, we are going to have every produce that is going to be produced in Ghana with timelines. We will know exactly where the corn is coming from, how many tonnage of oranges, tomatoes, everything. So you, a young person with your Agro Show, would put in place a factory that will process the cassava.
So you want Ghanaians to own some of this?
We want to give you back ownership of Ghana.
So no foreign participation in
the foreign participation
enterprises?
Foreign participation will be for partnership.
Not for ownership?
Not for ownership of the land and not for the ownership of the factories. They would come and partner with you. And we have given you that. We need to reset the economy. We are changing the order of the economy we have, where 85 to 90% of us are in the informal sector, and we don't have enough income. We are taxed until we can't even carry any load anymore. And yet, let me give you a quick statistics here. The reason why we go back to IMF and keep going is a simple one. It's not because we are not self-sufficient and all those things. So it's because currently, if you look at the debt that we have, how much we owe, our debt based to the GDP is about 50-something or 40-something, 8%. It's really, really high. It used to be even 70. Now it's come down a little. However, when you look at our repayments, our interest rate is 10%. We are using over almost 50% of our revenue collected, our taxes, to pay for the interest on our loans. When you have used that portion, the rest is what you use to pay for everything else included. And it's not possible to give any social intervention program. That is why our NHIS are not working, even though the minister said that if the money that is collected was paid to NHIS, this is the minister, the current minister himself, when he was the NHIS boss, says that if the money collected was paid to the NHIS people, authorities properly, no Ghanaian would have had to have an operation and pay for it. So the Ghana Bashers is going to re-change the system and give power back and bring the economy back to where it belongs, where we'll be self-reliant, where we can we will be consuming what we produce here, and what we produce here is what we consume, and be able to export. And the best part that I love is to be able to bring back the ingenuity and the creativity of the youth. The youth of today who walk through the desert, go through capsizing boats, get to Libya, get to other places, and then now end up in other countries and become our diasporans who have sustained this economy. We have sustained the economy. Every home, there's somebody who is struggling outside to help us. That person now have a chance to live his dream where he was born, because Ghana is going to provide them with the opportunity to do that. Let's not talk about money. People think, I'm going to get, we will need 25 billion to reset the economy back to on track, so we never go to IMF. We didn't go to IMF and will not go to IMF. Not because we don't want to be part of IMF. Listen, America owes 128%. They make, their revenue, their GDP is 21 trillion.
Okay.
The loans they own is 128 or something trillion. What it simply means is that they owe more than we owe by side, because we owe about 50% of our GDP, but we can't pay. Their interest rate is 1%. The money, the percentage of revenue they collect versus their payment is 5%, less than 5%. when ours is over 50%.
But the thing is that the currency they operate in is in dollars, and they owe in dollars. Unfortunately, we owe in dollars, meanwhile we spend cedis, and that's where the disparity is.
That is exactly the point we're making, because today, I've been a businesswoman all my life.
Okay.
And from day one, I've gone to London to buy things, I call Liberia to buy things, I call Hifa, you understand? Today, the lady who goes to Togo to buy, I'm not buying from that lady anymore. My cousins and family who used to go to China to buy, most of them are not traveling anymore. You know why? It is cheaper to walk to the China mall to buy than to buy from the market. It is cheaper for me to go to the China mall to buy megaphones that I was looking for my campaign than to send somebody to Togo to buy. Listen, we have changed we have impoverished our people without knowing, with lack of wrong policies and lack of concern for the Ghanaian. We must put the Ghanaian at the center of every policy that we make. We don't have production. We're not producing anything. We are a state of petty traders. We trade, we go and buy and sell. Now you allow foreigners to come to the country, to come and set factories here, to come and set retail centers here, to come and do wholesaling here.
So a future CPP government will let everyone go back?
No, that is what CPP doesn't do.
Okay. What exactly would you do?
CPP would put systems in place, like I've said, it's 3 policies. It will regulate itself. I'm not going to sack anybody from Ghana. Please listen to me. We are not.
Okay.
Any Ghanaian who is, but very soon, they themselves will have to leave. Because if you are producing properly here, the Agbeklakro that I like would have factories produced in Agbeklakro, because the cassava will be bought. And that cassava, that Agbeklakro will be consumed here and be exported. Because Agbeklakro is so nice for events and for parties and occasions. So if I can sit here and buy potato chips and things, somebody should buy Agbeklakro frozen and also use it outside. Do you get my point? Now, these factories, why are there not factories all over? Why is it that everybody is not putting factories in other parts of the world? It's because they have local production that can compete. We was halt the importation, the allowing people to come and own. You already own, you will stay here. We will not send you out. But we will not allow you.
I want to get your thoughts on 2 key issues, because I'm told we are running out of time. 1, education. The recent Afrobarometer report says that 9 out of 10 Ghanaians, they want the free SHS policy retained. Will a future CPP government retain the free SHS policy?
Even me as an individual, go and Google me. I studied, my passion has been with education. CPP is the first person that brought free SHS. Our free SHS will not end as a free SHS. It's from kindergarten to university level. A lot of people my age went to university free. Okay? Never let anybody tell you it can't be done. My daughter in the US finished a PhD. I didn't pay anything, I paid only a small amount of money. We will put systems in place for everybody to get the opportunity to excel and be the best, because God lives within man, and it's the human mind that solves every problem. And we are fortunate to have the Ghanaian with the right spirit. So yes, free SHS, which was started under the Convention People's Party, will be deepened and made better. However, initially, we will still open the door for those who can afford to pay for it. And then later, as the Agro Show, the Ghana Bashes really industrializes the nation, and we have a lot of money to give in several social intervention programs, there will be nothing to ask. Anybody can afford, can enjoy. But for now, those who can afford. My children went to Soul Clinic. So why ask me if I paid for Soul Clinic to now come and give free when they can't even get food to do? Indeed, the first year of CPP, young people listening to me, CPP is free SHS, but better.
Okay, let me get your thoughts
on meat and chicken
illegal
and fish in your meals.
How would this future CPP government deal with the issue of illegal mining? And you have 2 minutes to make this point.
Thank you. Illegal mining, the word is illegal mining, will be halted on the day that we take power. There'll be no illegal mining. No,
You mean all forms of mining? Because illegal mining in itself is an illegal act. Do you mean all forms of mining?
that's why I emphasize on illegal mining. The illegal mining is the mining that a person is using in the night, trying to get into a forest, being able to use the water bodies wrongly. We will halt every mining.
So
except
you halt mining on forest reserves and water bodies.
And then, I want to tell every young person listening to me that we are halting because we love. Look at the gentleman standing there. They don't have even boots on. The chemicals are going into their body. They have no clue that the chemical that they are standing in is their body is absorbing it. I'm not going to let my children die because I won't give them a better opportunity. I'm going to give every young person. We will halt the mining. However, you would own the gold. Take my words on this one. But you would own the gold. That gold, we would give your Ghana shares. If you need 20 million US dollars to bring the equipment, don't worry. Ghana shares means that you need 20,000 youth would put their shares in that mine.
I see how passionate Akosua is. And I have messages coming in. I've just been told by my producer that by popular request, we would bring her back into the studio to just share with us her policies. She is the only female presidential candidate, and she's hoping to garner your votes in the upcoming polls. My name is...